Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, the average American drives about 14,000 miles each year. Now, to understand the burden of that, I have a little calculation that I recently did, and it was a big eye opener. So, the first piece of information you will need is how much your average speed is. Right now, keep in mind, a lot of this is stop and go traffic. A lot of times, you might be stuck in a traffic jam. So, we'll say it's 40 miles an hour. And so this is how many hours, 350 each year that you spent driving. But it doesn't stop there, right? Because the car doesn't just magically appear and fix itself and all that. You need to spend time earning income in order to maintain your car and to pay for all the expenses. Well, that's not too hard to calculate. We'll keep this 350 in the back of our mind. We'll have to add it later. So the IRS has an estimate for how many dollars it costs to drive per mile, right? We can look up the mileage figure. This is how much they let you expense for driving per mile. This year it's 67, or last year it's 67 cents per mile. They usually publish it at the end of the year. So now we take the 14,000 miles, and that was pretty close to my own calculation. I actually took my expenses and added them together. I keep very good records myself. And so it costs you $9,380 a year to drive your 14,000 miles, which kind of agreed with my own bank statements. And then you gotta earn that, right? So that now we have to look up how much does the average American earn per hour after taxes, and it's about 28.07. Now keep in mind this is an average. A lot of this is skewed toward the high earners, right? But we'll take the average, divide that by 28, what was it, '07, and we get 334 hours. And then we add back the 350 that we were actually spending behind the steering wheel. And it's 684 hours per year that of time burden, whether it be behind the wheel or earning income to pay for that ride. And there are 52 weeks in a year. So that's 13 hours of time burden per week that you either spend behind the wheel or earning the income to have the luxury of being behind the wheel. And I invite you to think about that. That's if I think about in terms of see a lot of us dream of retiring early and all that, but imagine most people don't even earn that much vacation time per year, not even a fraction of that per week, right? I'm trying to think how much vacation time I would earn per week if we divvied it out. It's probably like 2 3 hours. Like, think about that. We keep squabbling over how much vacation time we should get, or even how much maternity leave we should get. But our car's a big part of it. It's like bigger than that, right? Imagine squabbling over a small ant like if you got an ant infestation in your home. Meanwhile, there's like raccoons and mice just roaming free, maybe bats flying in the house, right? That's how I like to view it, right? Anyway, I hope this is an eye opener. You can feel free to use your numbers, right? Maybe you drive a different number of miles, maybe you earn a different amount, right? Feel free to use. I actually use my own numbers. I don't want to give them out here, so I use the national average. They're pretty close, so but figure out your time burden of driving, and that might change your mind a little bit. You might want to be more. It might encourage you into activism about this, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.